Manually creating graphic objects in LayoutBuilderSuite. Hi, I'm Ed Kelly and welcome to LayoutBuilderSuite. In this video, we'll learn how to use LayoutBuilderSuite to manually create graphic layouts. Let's start by opening up Photoshop. We open our panel by selecting Window, Extensions, LayoutBuilderSuite. As you can see, I have my panel here on the left-hand side, but you can move it wherever you would like. Today we're going to be working with the manual entry portion of the panel, which is the top third here, this dark area. And any time you're working in a document, drawing an object, and you don't have a selection made, it uses this portion of the panel. So let's look at some of these items. First, we have our resolution, and currently it's set for 300 pixels per inch, which is a typical resolution I would use when I was creating some type of photography layout. The default is set for 4 inches wide by 5 inches high. So I can see it's a 4 by 5 and it's set to inches. It's set to draw at position 0, 0. It has padding set for 1/10 of an inch to the right and 1/10 of an inch below, and we'll be drawing one object across and one object down. We'll be using groups. We'll actually be drawing the objects. We don't have our guides currently turned on, and also we have the smart objects turned off. So let's go ahead and create a new document. We're just going to create a 10 inch by 10 inch at 100 pixels per inch document. And the first thing we want to do since we opened up a new document is actually set our resolution. So now we're set at 100 ppi, which matches our document. The first thing I'm going to do in our new document is change our foreground color, because all of our objects are drawn using the foreground color. So I'm going to change this to C1, C1, C1. It just makes it easier for me to use. We're going to use our default options here, and I'm going to click on Run. And you can see it drew a graphic object at position 0, 0, has a width of 4 inches and a height of 5 inches. We can't really tell anything on the padding because we only have one object. So again, we have one object across and one object down. And because we have our groups turned on and our drawing turned on, it actually created a custom group here with one layer in it for our object. You can see we have an image mask layer 4 by 5 inches. And we can position this wherever we'd like if we want to move our object around. Let's go ahead and turn this off and make a few changes. Let's change our size to 3 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And now let's draw it again. So now you can see our object is actually 3 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And the same thing, it's in its own custom group with an image mask telling us it's 3 inches by 3 inches. Let's turn this group off. Let's change our position. So let's start at 2 inches to the right and 1 inch down. And let's click on Run. So now you can see we started our object at 2 inches. It's 3 inches wide. We were 1 inch down and it's 3 inches down. So 3 by 3 at 2 by 1. Let's go ahead and turn this one off. And let's change our count. Now we're going to do 2 across and 2 down. And we're going to leave our padding set at 1/10 of an inch. Click Run. So now we have 2 objects across, like 2 objects down. They are 3 inches wide by 3 inches tall, and they started at position 2 to the right and 1 down. And you can see each object is actually on its own layer, which will become more important to us in the future when we start adding our images to the layout. Let's turn this one off. Okay, let's change our padding to 1/2 inch and click Run. Now you can see we've actually added more padding between each of the objects. You can draw as many objects as you want, whatever size you want, as long as they don't exceed the boundaries of your document. So let's go ahead and change this. This time we're going to draw 4 objects across and 2 objects down, and click Run. And now you'll see when it exceeds the size of our document, it actually fills the layer with the foreground color and also the document. And you have a choice. You can either go back and change your settings so it fits the document width, or just turn off any objects that have exceeded the boundaries. And there you have it. This is how you use the manual entries for Layout Builder Suite. Let's go ahead and create something that we use in Studio quite often. I'm just going to create one that we do for baby panels quite often, which is a 3x3 or 9 image layout. So I'm going to start by making my size 2.6 inches by 2.6 inches. I'm going to start at 1 inch across and 1 inch down. I'm going to use a 1/10 of an inch padding in both directions. And I'm going to draw 3 objects across and 3 objects down. For any of you doing the math, that's actually, this is a 10-inch document. I'm going to draw 3 items at 2.6 inches each with a padding of 0.1 between them. So that's 10 minus 2 for the padding on each side, minus 0.20 divided by 3 gives me a size of 2.6. And we'll do this a lot easier in the future when we actually use presets and selections to make those for us. I've just made this so many times I know what the sizes actually are. So let's go ahead and click Run. And you can see now we have a great layout with 9 image objects. And this is something we use in Studio quite often. So there you have it, creating layouts with Layout Builder Suite using the manual entry options. Thank you.